Okay, so once we get a lead in, the next step is basically taking the lead from A to Z through the sales process. And I'll explain the sales process first, and then I'll explain kind of some of the tinier things that we do that are important to specific parts of the sales process. So the sales process starts from an inbound lead, right? We've already done all of our marketing, which we explained. We're going to have now an inbound lead comes in. That's generally going to come in via texting or mail in the business that we run. And we will have either our phone operator take an inbound call in and upload it to our CRM, or our texting operator take an inbound text in and upload it to a CRM. So first things first, we need to contact the lead. This should be done in less than 15 minutes. Ideally, it's just as soon as possible. People are always doing something. They always have something going on. And they also don't respond to unknown numbers. So even though they just reached out to us, if they get a call back within 30 seconds, a lot of times they're not going to answer. So we triple dial people to make sure that they answer, they understand, hey, someone really wants to get a hold of me. So we make sure, one, we're talking to them within 15 minutes of the lead, ideally even faster, right? Ideally 5 minutes or 1 minute, right? Right when it comes in, we want to pull the property up on the screen and then immediately get a rough look at it, just knowing where it is. We're not trying to comp it, get an idea of pricing or anything just yet. We just want to see the property and then call the lead. Immediately after calling the lead, we have a script that goes through the step-by-step conversation, but it's very basic. It does not need to be complex. It doesn't need to be anything special. It's, hey, how's it going? You're the owner. How long have you owned it for? These kind of things. You're just getting to know the people, right? And you're also making sure that you're in control of the conversation. The way that you stay in control of conversations is asking questions. Whoever's asking questions is in control because you're dictating where the conversation is going to go, right? If you're asking a question, they have to respond just by a normal conversational tone, and it's going to push the conversation in the way that you want it to go. So we're asking these questions to, one, learn more about the property, but two, just to open the person up, right? That might mean telling them about, what you're doing, the company, what we're doing with the land, like all these things, right? So you just want to get a good idea of why they want to sell, what they want to sell for. And then after that phone call, we're going to go and do our due diligence, right? So we do a two-step call, right? Which is first call is introduction, get to know them and get their price, which we'll go into more. And then the second call, which will probably happen either a day, 2 days, 3 days later, is after we figured out our price and it's offering a number, right? So first things first, though, we need to get their price out of them. And the way that works is you have to gauge the conversation correctly, right? So you have to ask these questions, and then as the emotion builds, right, and they see the ability that we're going to go and buy their land because we're a trustworthy person, you go and tell them, hey guys, look, we're going to go spend a bunch of time, energy, and money on figuring out what we value for this land. But we always need a starting point because some people are just totally off the ballpark, right? Some people, the land means a lot to them. They're really emotionally attracted to it, and they want to sell it for 5 times market value, which is fine. They're totally welcome to do that. But for us, just so we're in the ballpark, we don't waste a bunch of time and money, we like to get a starting point. So for you guys, what do you want to get for the land, right? When you preface things like this, they have empathy and they understand where you're coming from. And they say, yeah, this guy doesn't want to go spend hours and hours figuring out a price if I'm going to just price it too high. And they'll generally give you a price. We can dig deeper into it, and there's obviously deeper levels of sales that go to it. But what we always want to do is we want to get a price on every single person that we talk to. And we can. If you preface it right, I get a price about 95% of the time, maybe even higher. But from there, we take that, we let them know, hey, cool, great, this is amazing. What we're going to do is we're going to do our work. We're going to check back with you within 72 hours to a week. Hopefully, if we can get it done sooner, great. If not, we'll let you know. We'll shoot you a text or a call. But then immediately from here, we're taking that, comping our deals. If we have questions on it, we're calling a realtor too to get clarification on it and understanding of everything. And then once we have that, we're calling them back and giving them a number. We generally never give a number on the first call because we're kind of showing our cards, right? We're asking them to give a number because we haven't priced the land. As a rule, we haven't. If we think the land is such a home run deal, maybe we'll say, hey, stay on the line for 5 minutes while I go and run this by the team and see if we can give you a number right now. But that's extremely rare. Usually we're doing a two-part sales process. But basically that's how we take an inbound lead, immediately call, get on the phone with them, and establish some trust, establish some value of what we can provide to them, get a number of what they want, and then immediately go and start working on it. And that's our first step in the sales process.